Hello friends, today's topic is life cycle pattern of algae. Morphologically or cytologically, phases change during growth or development of an alga is called life cycle pattern. Now, life cycle divided into three phases. First is monophagic, second is diphagic, and the third is tri-phasic. Drew in 1955 used the term monomorphic, dimorphic, and trimorphic, and Fieldman in 1952 used the word monogenetic, digenetic, and trigenetic. In monogenetic, two phases are present, that is haplontic and another is diplontic. Digenetic present diplohaplontic and diplohaplontic also divided into two types, one isomorphic diplohaplontic and another is heteromorphic diplohaplontic. And trigenetic phase are divided into two types. One is haplobiontic and another is diplobiontic. Let's start about monogenetic life cycle. Monogenetic means mono means one, so either gametophyte or sporophyte stage are found in monogenetic generation. So monogenetic generation divided into two type. One is haplontic, means when the total generation going through on haploid except the zygote stage, that is called haplontic. And so in haplontic, plant's body haploid type, and from this plant two type gametes produce, and these gametes are fused and produce zygote, which is diploid except zygote is diploid. Then again meiosis start, and from spores are produced, which forms a new plant. So this is haplontic type generation, and example of this type generation found in Chlamydomonas algae or Spirogyra, etc. So here a haploid plant body Chlamydomonas, which fusions occur. There are three types of fusion occurs in Chlamydomonas: isogamous, where the two types similar size and shape plant body or similar size and shape, and isogamous means one is large and another is small, but size shape is same. But in eugamous, the shape and size both are dissimilar. So isogamous, anisogamous and eugamous type fusions occur in plant body, and this is from a zygote which is diploid, and this diploid zygote after meiosis produce four haploid plant body. And we found that the all process N type or haploid types generation found except the zygote which is 2N. So this is called the haplontic, means haploid generation found in this type algae. Now diplontic. Means the all generations shows diploid but except the gamete which is haploid. So plant body is 2N type diploid. From here gametangia, which also diploid type, which produce gametes. Gametes are haploid. So here gametes are haploid type, which after fusion produce zygote 2N type, and from this zygote directly the plant body produce. Okay, so this is diplontic, means all the phases are diploid. So example of this type of plant body is fucus. This type of generation found in fucus alga. So here the fucus plant body which is diploid, and this thallus body produce male conceptacle and female conceptacle. The male conceptacle produce anthrozoids which is haploid type, and female conceptacle which produce eggs which is also haploid type, and after fusion this produce the zygote which is 2N type, and this zygote directly produce a fucus plant which is diploid. So in this type life cycle we found that the plant body and all the phases are diploid except the gamete stage. So this is called diplontic phase, diplontic life cycle. Now diphasic life cycle. In diphasic life cycle there two phases, that is one gametophyte and another is sporophyte. Two phases are found in this phase. This is called diphagic. So, in diphagic life cycle, diplohaplontic considered phase is considered. Now, diplohaplontic means diplo means diploid and haplo means haploid. So, here the both phase, diploid phase and haploid, both phases are found in this type life cycle. And this diplohaplontic divided into two. One is isomorphic diplohaplontic and another is heteromorphic diplohaplontic. Now, isomorphic diplohaplontic. Here, iso means morphologically similar. So, here the gametophytic plant body and the sporophytic plant body both are similar in shape, morphologically similar. So this is called isomorphic diplohaplontic. So this is a gametophytic plant and which produce spores. After fusion these spores, the zygote produce and this zygote produce the main sporophytic plant and this sporophytic plant again produce spores by meiosis and haploid spores again produce this gametophytic plant. So this is the life cycle of isomorphic diplohaplontic. Here diploid and haploid both stages are found and isomorphic because haploid and diploid both plants are morphologically similar. Example of this type of life cycle found in Ectocarpus, Algae. So here haploid plant body and diploid sporophytic plant body both are morphologically similar. The gametophytic plant first produce a plurilocular gametangia and which produce the haploid zoospore. This zoospore fuse together and form a zygote and this is a 2n type or diploid type, which diploid type zygote produce the diploid plant and this diploid plant contain two types of sporangia. One is plurilocular sporangia and another is unilocular sporangia. So here the plurilocular sporangia produce diploid type zoospore which again produce the sporophyte plant body and where the unilocular sporangia which produce zoospore which haploids by the meiosis and this is produce a gametophytic plant body. Okay, so here we find that gametophytic plant haploid and sporophytic plant is diploid but both are morphologically similar. So this is the example of isomorphic diplohaplontic life cycle. Now, heteromorphic diplohaplontic life cycle. Here the life cycle similar with this type, but here heteromorphic means the gametophytic plant and sporophytic plants are totally dissimilar, morphologically totally dissimilar. So this is the example of this type is laminaria algae or ulva, etc. So here the male gametophyte haploid and female haploid gametophyte plant or thallus body. Male gametophyte produce anthrozoids which also haploid, and female produce oogonium, and both are fused and produce 2n type zygote, and after this zygote which produce sporophyte which is 2n type, and this is the laminaria algae. So here we found that laminaria algae sporophytic body and the gametophytic body are totally dissimilar. They are morphologically dissimilar. This sporophyte produce sporangia which is 2n type, and this 2n type by meiosis produce zoospore. Thus zoospore then produce another male gametophyte plant or female gametophyte plant. So here this is heteromorphic diplohaplontic life cycle. Here the heteromorphic because male gametophyte, female gametophyte are totally dissimilar with the sporophytic generation. So this is the heteromorphic diplohaplontic life cycle. Now tri-phasic means here except gametophyte, sporophyte, another a special type phase also present which is called carposporophyte. So the three types phases are found in tri-phasic life cycle. Now tri-phasic is divided into two types. One is haplobiontic and another is diplobiontic. So here haplobiontic means haplo means haploid and biontic means 2 times. So here out of 3 phases, 2 phases are haploid type and another 1 phases is diploid. So this is called haplobiontic life cycle. So here plant body, gametophytic plant body haploid which produce gametangia. So male gametangia produce male spore and female gametangia produce female spore or spore, and which after fusion produce zygote which diploid type, and after meiosis this diploid type zygote produce a special type carposporophyte. and which produce again spores which haploid type, and from this again the main plant body produce. So this is haplobiontic. Here the gametophytic plant haploid and carposporophyte also haploid, but the zygote, here zygote is considered sporophyte, sporophytic generation. So here the sporophyte is diploid. So this is called haplobiontic life cycle. Example of this type of life cycle found in Bacterospasmum algae. Now we found the Bacterospasmum algae life cycle. Here the haploid plant body, and from haploid plant body's branches produce spermatangial branch which produce spermatium, and female branch which carpogonial branch which produce carpogonium, and these are haploid type, and from this haploid type spermatium and carpogonium fuse and produce zygote which is diploid type, and this diploid type zygote after meiosis produce carposporangia. A special type of branch also found in this type life cycle. This is called gonymoblast filament, and in this gonymoblast filament carposporangia produce. This carposporangia produce cystocarp, and on this cystocarp carpospore produce, and this carpospore produce another heterothalous cantrantia stage, and this cantrantia stage produce the main plant body, haploid plant body. So here the plant body haploid means the gametophytic plant body haploid which is known as Bacterospasmum algae, and the sporophyte plant is diploid, and the carposporophyte plant are haploid. So here two stages are haploid and one stage is diploid. So this is example of haplobiontic stage. Haplobiontic stage because two stages are haploid and one is diploid. Now the diplobiontic stage means two stages are diploid. Here sporophytic plant and carposporophyte are diploid, and the main gametophytic plants is haploid. So the plant body, gametophytic plant body haploid which produce spores, and by fusion these spores from zygote 2N type, and this zygote produce sporophyte, which is 2N type, and this sporophyte produce, on this sporophyte the branch produce a special type carposporophyte filament, and this carposporophyte PH/T, and this carposporophyte again meiosis occur and produce carpospores which metamorphose into the main gametophytic plant body. So here diplobiontic means diploid, two stages are diploid and one stage is haploid. So diplobiontic. Example of this type life cycle is Polysiphonia, found in Polysiphonia alga. So here the female gametophyte branch of Polysiphonia produce carpogonial branch which produce carposporangia, and this is carpogonial branch, and the male gametophyte which produce spermatangial branch. And after the fusion of carpogonial and spermatia produce the carposporangia which is diploid type. So zygote is diploid and then the carposporangia produce which is also diploid, and these carpospores produce a special type of tetrasporophyte, and this tetrasporophyte after meiosis produce 4 haploid spores. Out of 4 haploid spores, 2 are produce male gametophyte, 2 individual male gametophyte thallus, and another 2 spores produce female gametophyte thallus. So here we found that the male gametophyte haploid type, female gametophyte haploid type. So gametophyte phase is haploid, but the carposporangia and sporophytic stage are diploid. So this is the example of diplobiontic life cycle. So this is the all about of life cycle pattern of algae, and thank you for watching this video.